Hello everyone, welcome to Top Chat. My name is Matt. Today we're doing another Top Chat Plays, and I've been playing, as you can see from the title thumbnail and the video, the newly released Harry Potter Wizards Unite game on mobile, which is the latest AR game from Niantic Labs, famous for Pokemon Go, of course. Before I go any further, I just want to apologise if there's any background noise in this video. My downstairs neighbours are having a birthday party, and they're playing some rather loud music, so if you can hear that, I do apologise. But anyway, the video is just me playing the game in central London. So I live in London, I just finished work and I decided to head out into the city, specifically Oxford Circus kind of area, and check out the map, see how busy it was, see what was going on, and if there was anyone playing the game. Unfortunately there wasn't anyone playing the game that I could see, but yeah, you can see from the footage I just went into kind of one of the hearts of London because the city has quite a lot. And I just wanted to see how the map looked, how busy it was. Central London's really good for Pokemon Go, so I presumed it was going to be pretty good for this as well. And it's kind of tough to say at the moment. I don't really know how this game works. I don't really think many people do. Obviously it's in its infancy, we're still trying to learn exactly how the game does work, and it's tricky. There's a lot more to it than Pokemon Go, which is very much, you know, here's Pokemon, you need to collect them and catch them. There's gyms, there's trainer battles and things like that. But for the most part, Pokemon Go is pretty easy, especially when it comes to things like currencies and I guess how the actual game makes you undertake tasks and bonuses, such as, I mean, talking about this game, talking about Wizards Unite, there's potions and there's magic power or something like that. I mean, you'll see various times in the video I kind of pause and look at things where I'm like, what the hell even is this? But for the most part, it seems to be this idea again of collecting things. So you see there, I just stamped into the registry a kind of like a sticker of a plant there. I can't remember what it's called, sorry. I am quite a reasonably big Harry Potter fan, but yeah, I'm not the biggest nerd on it, I guess you could say, so I don't know absolutely everything, and that might help playing the game if you know a lot about the Harry Potter series, but it also might not. It doesn't seem to have helped me too much so far. You have these things called inns, so you can see at the moment, oh no, sorry, this isn't an inn, this is a greenhouse, I believe, which was actually the Nike Town building in Oxford Circus, and they work the same kind of as Pokestops, where every 5 minutes you can claim rewards from them, and the greenhouses seem to give you ingredients for the potions which you can then use when you fight in the PvE element of the game, which we'll get to a bit later. And then you also have, you could see I was a bit too far away there, so I started walking towards it, something called an inn, which is where you get magic power or magic dust or something like that, which you also use in the PvE battles. But anyway, the reason I made this video, I think I mentioned it a second ago, I'm by no means an expert on this game. I don't really know how it works. You can see here I'm in an inn and I get some food, but there you go, energy. My energy capacity was full. Seems to be full all the time at the moment, and I didn't really realise until this session of playing the game actually that you spend energy in the fortresses. Fortresses are, you can see one right there, the really tall icons on the map, which are the equivalent of Pokemon Go's gyms. However, there doesn't seem to be an element of leaving things behind to get coins. Instead, coins are gathered through in-game challenges and completing specific tasks and so on and so forth. The game at the moment seems to be kind of laggy. I have a lot of times where my loads are, you know, longer than perhaps they should be. Also, I turned AR off because I realised that it looks a bit strange walking down the street angling your phone at people with a very confused face. But yeah, I mentioned a second ago, the point of the game seems to be collecting these things. So here I tried using a potion because I thought, why not? I'm recording this, I may as well try and work out what they do. And I think you have potions that you put on that make certain spells stronger. So this is an Extimulo potion, but I ended up using Aguamente, I think, on this thing because it's a fiery challenge, I guess. I don't really know. So you beat the Confoundable, I believe that's what it's called. you beat it like that, you trace the spell on the screen, and then it returns to your book, and they put a stamp in the book, and I guess the idea is to just collect all the stamps within the many books that the game has to offer, and along the way you can do fortresses. Fortresses are like the PvE element, where you just take on the in-game like challenges, so I fight a Death Eater in a minute, and you get rewards from that which you can use to increase the power of your spells when you go up against higher level confoundables. So I'm guessing that works in the same way as Pokemon Go, in that high level confoundables will be as rare as high level Pokemon are in the wild, or at least rare Pokemon are in the wild. So to compare it, I guess a high level confoundable is going to be as rare as finding, I don't know, maybe like a wild Dragonite or something like that. You also get things like this where you just have random ingredients on the street. So there you saw I picked up some water, and then I go straight into another confoundable, which is actually the Quidditch World Cup trophy. At the moment it's tough to say whether or not this game is going to be as successful as Pokemon Go. I feel like that's simply because there's so much more to this game than there is to Pokemon Go. Especially at launch, Pogo was very straightforward, very simplistic, and I think that is one of the main reasons that everyone kind of went mad for it. Not only is it a worldwide recognised franchise, the Pokemon series, because of course Harry Potter is too, but this game has seriously a lot going on, and it feels like, or I feel like, that's going to turn off a lot of casual players to the game, especially those that perhaps jumped on the Pokemon Go bandwagon for the first few months. One thing I have noticed about this game is it seems to care a lot more about the in-game economy of the coins and the microtransactions. So the store is one of the first places that the game takes you to when you actually load it up. I'm sure there's footage of that somewhere on YouTube. And there seems to be a lot of things in the game where I think later on in this video I started to brew a potion, because I was yet to brew a potion. So I thought, oh, let's just stick one of these on and see what it actually does. And it gives you the option of spending coins to make it go faster. That's just one off the top of my head, but there does seem to be a few things in this game where it's like you can use your coins to make this happen quicker, or you can make this more likely, and you can attract things. And I guess Pokemon Go to an extent has that whole microtransactions, not pay to win, but pay to progress faster. But it really, really struck me in this game how much it's like in your face. Also, it probably didn't help that one of the first inns I visited was a sponsored EE store, which really broke the fourth wall pretty much as soon as I'd opened up the game. That's not in this video, but maybe I come across one at some point, I'm not sure. But yeah, the very first one I opened up was an EE store. For those that don't know, EE is a mobile network here in the UK. I believe it's in Europe as well, but definitely here in the UK, of course. And there's already sponsored things within the game for companies such as EE, and there was another one that I saw earlier today. It isn't in the video. But yeah, it seems to be that is the case in this game, at least in my opinion it is. I don't really have too much more to say about it, so I'm just going to let the footage play out in the background. If something pops up where I think, oh, I'm going to try and explain that, then I will. But for now, I'm just going to leave you to enjoy the gameplay. I apologise that there's no sound, but to screen record on my phone, it wanted to also record my actual microphone, and I didn't want to be walking down central London at 8 PM in a really busy part of the town, where there's millions of voices everywhere. So there's no audio. I do apologise for that. I'll just play some kind of, I don't know, cheesy jingle in the background. I am back. I thought I would be. So there I picked up a port key. Now, the in-game character She tells you about these port keys quite early on. Oh, and here I start just collecting assignments and challenges because, as I say, I'm not really sure what I'm doing, so if it says collect, I'm going to tap it. But yeah, the port key, the character mentions them quite early on in the game. Doesn't really explain what they are, but I then realise, and you'll see in a second, that they kind of work in a similar way to Pokemon Go's eggs, where you put them on and then you have to walk with them. I think the one that I collected was like a 2.5 kilometre or something like that. I haven't yet walked that, so I don't know what's going to happen, but eventually that will, I guess, pop open and I'll get some kind of reward. Also, you just saw me there, I tapped on that, I don't know if you can see it, that like red flag, and it highlights an area of the map where you can find certain confoundables. So say if you're stuck on Hagrid's hut or whatever, or Diagon Alley, I don't even know if that's an area, to be honest. I should probably have looked into this a bit more, but if you're stuck on a certain type of confoundable, you can look for those flags on the map and they will give you sort of directions as to where you can find rarer ones or ones of that kind. But here you go, you can see me using a key, which I think the game gave to me for free, to put into my port key, and then in 2 kilometers time that will pop open and I'll get something. I really don't know what, but as I said earlier, the point of this video was to really just kind of show off how central London is. It's very busy, as I thought it would be. Not many people playing the game though. In fact, I didn't see anyone playing the game, or at least I don't think I did. A couple of people playing Pokemon Go, but that's kind of standard in central London. But yeah, if anything else pops up, as I said earlier, I'll pop back in again. So here I am taking on a fortress. So the fortress immediately put me in AR mode, which was kind of annoying, but I just popped out of that straight away. So my first challenge was a common Death Eater, and the way you do this is kind of boring in a way. But you see at the bottom of the screen I have a wand, and then on the Death Eater there's that kind of star emblem. You have to tap the wand and then hold your finger in the area where the star emblem thing is, and then after that meter fills up, you then have to perform the spell and it attacks the Death Eater, and the health bar at the top goes down, as you can see. After you've done that, you have to cast Protego to protect your own health and just kind of rinse and repeat from there. So after I take down the first Death Eater, there's another challenge that pops up. So this one's level 2 rather than level 5. It's just a common Dark Wizard. You'll notice straight away this guy's health bar is far less than the Death Eater's. Makes the whole thing very simple. I believe you can do this in groups, much like Pokemon Go's raids. But even though I was in a really busy part of town, there wasn't anyone playing. I guess as the game is days old, it's not really built up a hype train as of yet. So this might change. but for now it was just me taking this on. So if there's higher level fortresses, then I imagine that's where the team element's going to come in, but for now it was just me, and it was very straightforward, to be honest. But then again, the rewards I got from this, I don't even know what they do. So it will all become apparent, I'm sure, over time, but for now I just wanted to show off what central London is like, one of the busiest cities in the world, and it's pretty cool. So if you're a Harry Potter Wizards Unite YouTuber, because I'm sure there's going to be a few that now come out of the woodwork, then London looks like it's going to be a good destination for you. That pretty much brings to the end of what I wanted to say about the game. I'm going to play it a bit more, see if I can get into it and actually learn what the game is, but I think I'm going to have fun with it. It's not going to replace Pokemon Go as my go-to time-killing game, especially when I'm out on a walk, but seems like fun for now. So thanks very much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.